A lot of students skip this question. Why? Because they find it complicated, they don't know what's going on. And today you're not going to be skipping this question because you see how easy it is to answer this particular question. I'm going to teach you everything about the exponential function from your notes, give you step-to-step examples, answering this particular question, give you some notes that you need to know. Not everything that you need to know. And it's easy, it's very intuitional, right? So let's get into it. Boom. Well, we're still in grade 12, right? So we've been doing this paper. I'm so tired of it. But anyway, it's a very fun paper. We're doing question 4 in this video. Check out my previous. We've been at it, right? If you've been not subscribing or liking or joining this community, you're missing out. We have been at it. So now we're doing question 4. Okay. So 4.1 says calculate the value of a. So before we do that, let me give you some notes because I want you to understand and gain confidence on how to answer this question. No matter what question comes in your way, it'll be easy for you to answer this question. So with an exponential function, this is what you know, that the general equation of an exponential function looks like this. Okay. And what you need to know is this. And another thing is y is equal to q. And this is your horizontal asymptote. Okay. That's what you need to know. Exactly this. And from here, we're going to learn a lot. We're going to do a lot of questions from these two. That's all you need to know. Okay. So let me show you how to answer other questions. So 4.1 says calculate the value of a. Okay, great. So calculate the value of a. Of course, we're given f of x equal to a power x minus 1, and calculate the value of a. And we're given b, the b point, right? So what it is telling us is when x is 2, f of 2 is minus 5 over 9. So what we can do is where there's x in this equation, we just put 2. So you're going to have a power 2 minus 1 is equal to negative 5 over 9. And we're solving for a, so you can take the negative 1 to the right hand side, becomes positive. So let's give 1 minus 5 over 9, which is equal to 9 minus 5, that is negative 4. Oh, that's positive 4 over 9. Okay, so your a is a square root of 4 over 9, plus or minus, right? And you know a square root of this is basically a square root of 4 plus or minus a square root of 9, and a square root of 4 is 2, and a square root of 9 is 3, plus or minus. However, we're being told that a is positive, so your answer is positive. Your answer is not just plus or minus. Your a is positive, so you're gonna be positive 2 over 3. And that's your a. Make sense? How you get marks here is just easy. You get a mark for your answer, and you get a mark really just for substituting that. Okay, 4.2. Right. So what we know, I'm going to write down a because we need to use it later. So a is equal to, what did I get? 3 over 2, right? Yeah, 3 over 2. It was 3 over 2. What was this? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was 2 over 3. Why did I think of 3 over 2? Okay, cool. It was 3 over 2. No, 2 over 3. Right. So let's go to 4.2. So 4.2 says write down the range of f. So the range of f is basically if you have an exponential function, the range of f is always going to be the same. The range of f is always going to be y is greater than q. Now you need to know what is your q. What is your q? Remember I said q is equal to your y is equal to q. This is your q. So in this equation, what is your q? Your q is negative 1. Boom. That's your answer. That's why it's 1 mark, because this is what you need to know. You need to remember that the range of an exponential equation is always be equal to y greater than q, and q is -1. I can show you how that look like, right? So for example, think of this as a Cartesian plane, got y and x, and I tell you that this is your q. Oh, in this case, we know that q is -1. So this is your q, y is equal to -1. Okay. For argument's sake, your function is always going to be up here or maybe down here, but it's not going to pass -1. So it's always going to start from -1 all the way to infinity, right? So your y is always be greater than -1, and -1, which is in this case equal to q. So your range is y greater than -1. Oh, speaking of devil, now we need to do 4.3. Sketch the graph of f. Clearly show the intercept with the x-axis and asymptotes, if any. Of course, we've already started, but let me just draft it here. But we've already started with 4.3 actually. So again, let's have a Cartesian plane. This is x, this is y, and you're being told that y is equal to -1. That's your x. This is your horizontal asymptote. And then we need to, what else we know? We know that b is 2 and -5, right? So you know if we have a 2 here, so we're going to have a -5/9 somewhere here. So we know we have a point here. So now it's either it goes this way or it goes that way. Okay. And it's easy to find out because we can also find what you call the intercept, right? They talk about intercept. So let's find the x-intercept and see what happens. If you find an x-intercept, remember you have f of x is equal to a power x minus 1. And a is equal to what? A is equal to 2 over 3 x minus 1. So if you find your x-intercept, so you let, or y-intercept, so let's get it from y-intercept, that's x equal to 0. So it's going to be 2 over 3 power 0 minus 1. And this is equal to 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. So your x-intercept is equal to, or your y-intercept is equal to, it passes on the origin. So you have 0, 0. At this point here, it passes. So you have 2 points where it passes. So it's now obvious that it doesn't go this way, but it's going to go that way. And that is how you draw your exponential function. Boom. Ooh, easy, easy. And you get your 3 marks. So you get a mark for indicating your asymptote, x-intercept, and drawing correctly. Are you with me? Are you with me? So let's do 4.4, right? So 4.4, it is further given that C is a point of f where y is equal to 19 over 8. Determine the coordinate of C prime, which is the image of C, where C reflected about the line y is equal to x. Okay, so we're not going to need this. So we're going to just jump into it. Let me remind you that f of x is equal to, we know our a is 2 over 3 power x minus 1. Okay, so now let's answer 4.4. What does it say? We're given c, so, but you don't know, so we know c, we don't know the x value of c, but we know the y value of c is equal to 19 over 8. So what is happening is we don't know, I mean, we know the y value of c, which is 19 over 8. Okay, so we can actually find the x value of c and then find the c prime, which is the image of c that reflects about the line y is equal to x. I'm going to show you how that looks like, right? What does that really mean if it's reflect about the line y is equal to x? So, but let's find the x value of c first, so you can able to do that reflection. So, what do we know? F of xc is equal to 19 over 8. So where it is x, I'm putting xc. So you're going to have 2 over 3 power xc minus 1 is equal to 19 over 8. 2 over 3 power xc, this is equal to 1 plus 19 over 8, which is equal to 8 plus 19, that is what, 27 over 8. So you have 2 over 3 power xc is equal to 27 over 8. And I mean, this could be written as what? If I say 9 power 3, that's 9 power, no, 9, actually, 3 times 3 times 3, yeah, 3 power 3, that is, yeah, 9 times 2, yeah, 3 power 3 is 27, and this could also be written as 2 power 3, which is 8, and this is the same as 3 over 2 power 3, okay? However, it is 2 over 3 and 3 over 2. I'm going to show another way how to solve this problem already, because you need to know these many ways and choose which one suits best for you. So what we can do is we can then get this reciprocal of this so that the bases are the same and equate the equation. So to make it 2 over 3, we need to just say 2 over 3 power negative 1 times 3. So it's going to be 2 over 3 instead of 3 over 2. Therefore, now the bases are the same. Now you equate the exponent. So to equate the exponents, you're going to have, so let me just do it finally here. To equate the exponent, you're going to have xc is equal to negative 3, right? Because negative 1 times 3 is equal to negative 3. So your x is equal to negative 3. So I'm going to wrap it off just to make sure we follow. So x is equal to negative 3. So you got c as negative 3 and 19 over 8. And then they say that being reflected along the line y is equal to x. So the image of this, what you're doing is you're just flipping x and y. That's basically what you're doing. If it's reflected at y is equal to x, you're just flipping x and y. So it's going to be 19 over 8 and 3. So this is your answer. In the 3 marks, you get a mark for getting a negative answer, get a mark for getting a negative 3, and you get a mark for just playing around the substitutions. And that's how you do it. That's how you do 4.4. However, there's another way of actually calculating C. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you as a homework to calculate C, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do it first, and then I'm going to let you to do it as a homework. So what do we have? We have that 2 over 3 already. Man, let me wrap it off again. Okay, we have 2 over 3 power xc is equal to 27 over 8. Okay, we got that. So the way to do this is using logarithms. Okay, this is for you because I know a lot of students already log off from here. But if you're still with me, this is for you because this type of questions are going to come as well in different forms. So this is an easy way to do it. What I showed you earlier was a difficult way, but this is an easy way. If I were you, I was going to choose this way. So what you need to know is if you're given a power x is equal to b, and they're told to solve for x. So what you would do is just introduce logarithm on both sides, which says x log a is equal to log b. Therefore, x is equal to log b over log a. That's how you solve for x. Easy. Take a calculator and punch it, and you should get your answer. So tell me if you still get the same answer that we got as our xc. Tell me just using logarithm and punching your calculator let me know if you still get the same answer. If you don't, just tell me I don't get the same answer. But if you do, that's good. Just tell me you get the same answer. And I'll see you in the next video. If you got questions, let me know. But we are running through this question. So the next video we're doing question 3, which is very interesting. We're doing like a very like high level advanced question. Take a screenshot of this, do it as your homework, and I'll see you in this video.